Well, hello everyone. Just wanted to give you a quick update to some changes that are coming to Freeport First Church of the Nazarene. This is what I would call phase 2 of our Romans 10:14 offering. Our Romans 10:14 offering, just to remind you, was just the idea that we wanted to make sure that people could hear the gospel of Jesus Christ and respond in kind. And one of the ways that we're doing that currently is through our online streaming that has started in response to the pandemic. And although that's not a great substitute for meeting together, it has worked. And so we're thankful for that. And we wanted to upgrade some of our technology in that time. And at the same time, you have responded very generously and very faithfully, as you have over the years, as always. And so thank you for that. We've had people even respond that don't go to our church, but have been watching online. So we're thankful for that as well. And so we have purchased the technology we had for that offering, that we had set out to. And so now we're moving into what I would call phase 2 of that. And that includes a couple physical refining updates to our sanctuary, to the area in our sanctuary. Now, we have an older facility. Obviously, we're not going to go and just buy a new facility. And so what we do is we want to make some simple refining changes just to preserve what we have and be good stewards of what we have, celebrate the legacy of what's happened there, but also to continue that on. And so thank you to everyone that's been a part of to this point, that have given, that have just invested in this, not just the church building itself, but the church itself, the people of God here in Freeport, Illinois. I thank you for that. I thank you for the generations that aren't even still alive, the people that invested in that. And so I feel it's a great honor. It's a great blessing to be here for a year and a half and just benefit from that. And so I thank you if you're a part of that. And also thank those past generations. And then I also want to be a good steward of that as we step into the future. And so I'm so thankful for the church and what it's done so far. And then also just want to look to take those next couple simple steps in our physical space so that continues. And so one thing we're going to do is rebuild a sound booth that'll facilitate 2 people, because as we continue to do online streaming, even once we return, as well as use the new mixer, we're going to need 2 people doing that. And also that'll allow us to make things more usable there as well. And so what we also are going to do is make some simple refinements to the front part of our sanctuary at the platform, or what some might call a stage. We're not going to touch the altars or the piano or the organ itself, any of those things. So I don't want you to worry about that. But we are making some changes to our front space there. And we think that these are just simple refining updates that create more flexibility in the use of that space. Right now it's designed for a couple things in mind, and we want to open that up and make that more flexible. And so it doesn't mean that we can't use it for the things it's been used for in the past. We obviously can. It just means that we are going to be making some changes to make it more flexible, so it can do more than just that as well. And so I'm asking for you to trust me a little bit. I know I'm relatively new, but understand that I am looking to steward the resources we have, but not looking to discredit anything in the past. And I'm not looking to make a bunch of major changes ahead. This is just something that seems right for the time is right. And we want to lean into what God is doing and where we are planning to go with our worship music and things like that. And I think that this will put us in a position for the next 5, 10, 15 years for our current facility as well. And so the other part of that is that there are some safety concerns with our current setup. I know during the baptism, it was a lot of logistical issues that we had to overcome, and for us that were stepping there, we had to be careful where we stepped, that we didn't fall, and things like that. And so we're looking to address that with this update. Also, if you remember during Faith Promise this year, the missionary's wife, well, not that she wasn't a missionary too, but she fell forward 2 or 3 times. And we're looking to just address that with some of these simple refinements we're making. And instead of buying something new, we're not in a position for that. And we can steward the resources that God has given us. We want to honor the legacy that we've been entrusted to at this point, and that's that's true of everything that God gives us, is that we are looking to say, okay, God, this is great. Thank you so much for what you've done already. Now, what do you want us to do next? And so we look forward to step forward, take those next couple steps with these things. And I just want to give you a heads up that they're coming. And I'm going to do a walk around video when it's complete and show you what's been done. And I'm excited for these. And I think that they will just make it our space and what we have more usable and more effective for the ministry and where we're headed. I thank you for your partnership in that. I thank you for the trust that I asked you to give, as well as the patience and the grace. And just ask that you pray with me, that God continue to bless our efforts, and that he be clear to us where we should step next, and that we will just continue to look to further his kingdom in our lives, but also the lives of those around us. And as we use things like the building and things like that to facilitate that, we want to reach as many people with the gospel as possible. We believe that these couple things will help us do that and continue to move in that direction, and that the timing is right with our building currently being closed. Now, I'll have an update on that down the road for you, but I am just looking forward to this, and I ask you to just prayerfully engage our updates with God. If you have any questions on that, feel free to let me know. You can also talk to our board members as well. And like I said, we're not looking to make radical changes, just some simple refining updates to those two things. And that's what we have planned, and that's what's coming up. I want to let you know that. May God bless you. Thank you so much for being the people of God here in Freeport, Illinois. It's a blessing to me and my family. I thank you for who you are. I thank you for chasing the Jesus with me. And I just look forward to the days ahead as we just continue to follow him and give it our all. And so thank you for that. May God bless you. May God keep you. And just know that you are loved. You are prayed for. I miss you. And I look forward to being able to share with you these updates when they are complete. God bless you. Take care.